Chapter 72 Dark Killer, but Dragon version. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Okay. Link's eyes lit up and he nodded quickly. The reason why he asked the Holy Lord for his evil dragon was, on the one hand, to follow the principle of sustainable development, so that he could continue to obtain extraordinary materials from the evil dragon, and on the other hand, he wanted to try to see if he could turn the evil dragon into a dark killer for his use, according to the original work. The stronger the person is, the stronger he will be after becoming a dark killer, then the evil dragon should be even more powerful when it becomes a dark killer. And the yin and yang balance magic corresponding to your tiger spell, go find the mouse for me as soon as you finish learning it. The Holy Lord looked at Link's face full of longing and snorted coldly. Thank you, Master Holy Lord. When I finish learning it, I will personally go and help you find the mouse. Link took the magic scroll and said casually, in fact, even if the Holy Lord didn't speak, he planned to go there in person. After all, according to the original work, the location of the mouse was an underground temple of Mayan civilization, which also contained a statue of Quetzalcoatl. If Valen and his companions accidentally angered the mouse during the process of catching the mouse, causing its divine power to explode and revive the Quetzalcoatl statue, at that time, it is uncertain whether Valen will be beaten to death on the spot. After all, Quetzalcoatl, as a good god, does not deal with the guys in the dark camp. Moreover, it is uncertain whether Xiaoyu and Qianlong, who have now learned magic, will start to act again. What if the Quetzalcoatl with poor eyesight recognizes Xiaoyu as the Mayan goddess again? At that time, Valen will definitely not be able to deal with Quetzalcoatl and Xiaoyu, and he will have to do it himself. Good disciple, I am relieved to have you here. The Holy Lord smiled happily. Although this shameless disciple of his family would actually set his sights on his own people, the Holy Lord felt that it didn't matter. Anyway, it can even betray its brothers and sisters who are also the 8 demons. It's okay to give it to some of the evil dragons under his command anyway. In the eyes of the Holy Lord, nothing is more important than its resurrection. With Link going out personally this time, its resurrection seems to be stable. Think about it carefully. This stinky brat doesn't seem to have done anything bad to me except being a little greedy. The Holy Lord thought to himself. It felt that it was a bit too much to want Link to be a slave for 16 hours a day. I still have some feelings for this apprentice, so after it is resurrected, it will only let Link work 12 hours a day. Alas, there is no way. This dragon is kind-hearted, and all arrangements are reasonable. Don't worry, Master Holy Lord, Link still does things after taking things. Looking at the Holy Lord laughing, Link also laughed. Anyway, he really didn't hold back when helping the Holy Lord to resurrect, and he could say that he had a clear conscience. As for whether the Holy Lord would be sealed again after his resurrection, it had nothing to do with him. After saying goodbye to the Holy Lord, Link habitually came to his magic room and read the magic scrolls with ease. As one of Link's most important spell magics, the yin-yang balance magic corresponding to the tiger spell did not disappoint him. This magic can not only adjust its own state and balance the spell magics that conflict with each other, it can also make the body able to accommodate black energy and positive energy at the same time without conflict. This is something that is almost impossible under normal circumstances. After all, black energy and positive energy are like natural enemies. When they meet, they will fight each other and must suppress each other. Even strong men like Daddy or Daolong who have already stood at the top of the magician cannot cast the magic of the other camp. According to Link's estimation, among the humans in this world, Xiaoyu is probably the only one who can attract positive energy and black energy at the same time and let them live in peace. As for Tora's apprentice Iso, who appeared in the subsequent extra chapter, although he also mastered positive energy magic and black energy magic at the same time, but it is obvious that his personality is seriously affected by black energy. From this point of view, he is not as good as Daolong, who has been cultivating black energy magic for many years. It is even more incomparable to Xiaoyu, the son of destiny, who can make both righteousness and evil do good. But for me, who has no righteousness investment now, this function is not very useful. Link muttered to himself. He is now a person in the black camp, without any righteousness in his body, so naturally he does not need magic to balance. Compared with balancing the righteousness and evil in the body, the biggest improvement of yin-yang balance magic for Link is that it allows him to use various spells at the same time. Now you can try to go to the palace of the Holy Lord to see if you can unseal the evil dragon and transform it into a dark killer. Link silently mobilized his own magic power. The next moment, his eyes lit up with rabbit and chicken patterns respectively, his body floated gently in the air, and then only heard a bang. He flew quickly to the east. So fast. This combined with the extremely fast flying magic is already faster than a normal plane. 3 hours later, Link looked at the wilderness in front of him with great satisfaction on his face. The previous flying magic was too slow, not much faster than a normal person's running speed. You must know that this is the age of science and technology. If it were placed in ancient times, the effect of this flying magic would be extremely huge, but in modern society, although flying magic cannot be said to be completely useless, in most scenarios it is indeed not as convenient as flying directly. After only a few attempts, Link decided that if he needed anything, he would just choose to take Valen's private jet, which was more trouble-free and time-saving. But now that he has the yin and yang balance magic, he can cast the magic corresponding to rabbit and chicken at the same time, thereby achieving the purpose of flying at extremely high speeds. All of a sudden, the practicality of flying magic soared. In addition, the practicality of other single spells has also been improved to a greater or lesser extent. For example, when the huge strength corresponding to the cow can be combined with the extreme speed corresponding to the rabbit, you can ensure that your attacks can successfully hit. The snake charm can also be used with the great strength of the cow to carry out sneak attacks and so on. If we talk about the improvement brought by the previous spell magic to Link, it is just a number. The improvement brought by the yin and yang balance magic is like a multiplication sign, doubling the practicality of each spell magic. Then quickly unseal the evil dragon. Link couldn't wait to take out his dragon-headed staff and cast magic. A scorching breath instantly filled the wasteland, and evil dragon figures appeared in front of them. Unlike ordinary people who should be grateful to their saviors, these evil dragons are obviously on the same side as the Holy Lord. Instead of feeling any gratitude at seeing a savior like Link, he directly sprayed out dragon flames to attack Link. This is a group of shameless guys, and they actually attack their saviors. It seems that now we have to turn you into dark killers and train them. Link frowned slightly, a dragon shadow flashed across his eyes, and he immediately blasted a pirated dragon flame. With just one blow, the evil dragons immediately became more honest. Thank you all for your monthly votes, follow-up reading, and recommendation votes. Chapter 73, Individual Preparations. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. An hour later, Link couldn't help but nodded as he looked at the evil dragons who had been subdued by him and looked aggrieved. Are you being honest now? Don't refuse my magic, do you understand? Ouch! The evil dragons roared and understood. Looking at the 3 evil dragons in front of him who had become honest, Link decisively followed the spells in the Encyclopedia of Black Magic and began to chant. A strange mist slowly emerged from Link's staff, and then poured into the dragon's body. As a special rune slowly appeared on the dragon's head, their body turned into brown skin. Those bodies that were a little malnourished due to being sealed for too long have become muscular, and they are like a dragon version of the Dark Killer. Jump up, sit up, fly. Link tried several command tests on the dragon. It turned out that this dragon version of the Dark Killer not only understood his orders, but his obedience was no worse than that of the Shadow Soldiers. Perfect. Link nodded slightly. This dragon version of the Dark Killer is definitely more powerful than the original Razor Trio. As for whether it can be compared with Afu's Dark Killer version, it still needs to be considered, but it will definitely not be too different. This can be regarded as adding strength to the fight for rats later. Link muttered to himself, the strength of Quetzalcoatl is not low, and it can be said to be almost on par with Daolon, in the original work, although when he first fought against Daolon, he was tricked and locked in the barrier by the other party. However, Quetzalcoatl won the subsequent battle against Daolon. Link's judgment of his own strength is almost at the level of the Black Chi Archmage, and he should be about the same in a head-on confrontation with Quetzalcoatl. The remaining Xiaoyu, Qianlong and others who have learned magic can only be left to the Black Shadow Soldiers and his dragon version of the Dark Killer. Dad's Antique Shop. Dad, I'm sorry, we failed again, Qianlong said apologetically. Just as he was about to continue apologizing, his father interrupted him directly. Qianlong, where is Dad's hot tea? Do you want Dad to die of thirst? Coming, After hearing what his father said, Qianlong quickly brought a plate with sandwiches, coffee, hot tea and other food on it. Dad picked up the hot tea, took a sip, and then spit it out. Ouch! Do you want to burn Dad to death? I'm sorry, Dad, please try this drink. This cup is not bad. The father took 2 sips of tea and said to Qianlong, Qianlong, you and I have told you many times that the resurrection of the Holy Lord is inevitable. The reason why I asked Xiaoyu to go with you is simply to let her experience it, so that she can see who is on the Holy Lord's side. After the last confrontation with Link, Dad has confirmed that the black energy wizard named Danzo must be the person beside the Holy Lord. The reason why he let Xiaoyu go over was because he wanted Xiaoyu to have a fight with that Danzo to see if he could see the other person's true face. It's a pity that Danzo is indeed cautious enough. In this tiger talisman, the opponent not only did not appear, but also allowed Wolong to successfully bring the tiger talisman back. Dad's original plan just came to nothing. This Danzo is really a cunning guy. He didn't even show up during such a crucial fight for the tiger talisman. That the father sighed. Now the Holy Master only needs the last rat charm to complete the resurrection. You should try your best to make one last attempt. If I guess correctly, Danzo should appear in this last operation. All you need to do is to find out his true identity. As for giving him the spell, it doesn't matter. Nowadays, the momentum of black energy is becoming more and more unstoppable. The resurrection of the Holy Lord is basically irreversible. But for the Holy Lord, Dad is actually not too afraid. He has already prepared a meal for him. Once it is resurrected, he can immediately turn it into a statue. Compared to the Holy Master, Dad still cares more about Danzo. Even if you can't figure out what he wants to do, you must at least figure out his true identity. Thank you, Dad. I will definitely succeed this time. Qianlong took a deep breath and said solemnly. Don't worry, leave it to us, Dad. Those shadow soldiers are no match for Xiaoyu. I promise to complete the mission this time. Xiaoyu also looked extremely confident. Wallen's movements are always so quick. After subduing the evil dragon, Link was about to have a meal when he received a message from Valen about the talisman. Boss Link, we took the spell tracker and went to the town you mentioned, and we actually found it. Originally, we still wanted to go in directly to look for traces of the talisman. But boss, you specifically warned us that there might be danger, so, we didn't get into it. Wolong introduced the current situation to Link, because Link was previously worried that the mouse would directly activate Quetzalcoatl in the underground temple, and then attack Valen and others. Therefore, they did not take immediate action in the area where they were located. Instead, they spent money to secure the silver mines around the town and waited for Link's arrival. According to the terms of the transaction, all the ores and creatures in the silver mine belong to our Black Hand group. But boss Link, you have to hurry up. Because our special surveillance of Dad's antique shop also found that they started to pack their luggage, I guess they also found the trace of the rat spell and plan to come to snatch it. Do you need me to send someone to stop them? Wallen asked Link with a twinkling eye. Although the other party must be riding in the armed helicopter of District 13, he still has the means to prevent them from taking off. The reason why he went there himself in the last battle for the Tiger spell was that he hoped to contact some agents in District 13 to try whether anyone was willing to betray, and the facts proved that after all, there were still a small number of agents who succumbed to the charm of Valen's money and were willing to help Valen when necessary. No, I also want to test Xiaoyu's strength. Faced with Valen's proposal, Link said slowly, the world of Qianlong's adventure is a world of yin and yang balance. According to the special rules of this world, Link has specially planned 2 stages for his strength improvement. The first stage is that he himself must occupy all the black energy shares, thereby ensuring the full strengthening of eating the black energy. After completing this, the second stage is to start cultivating people in the righteous camp, so as to use the improvement of righteousness to drive the improvement of black energy, and achieve the improvement of strength in the left foot stepping on the right foot. The key to the second stage lies in Xiaoyu. As a contemporary Saint Seiya and Mayan goddess, Xiaoyu is undoubtedly the leader of the righteous camp in the future. Link is also very concerned about the growth of the other party. Chapter 74 Xiaoyu, use Moose action now. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Mexico, La Plata town. silver mines. It was already midnight. The silver mine, which is still bustling during the day, becomes much quieter at night, but one of the large-scale silver mines lit up slightly. Ah fun, boss, this is the location of the rat talisman we detected through the talisman tracker. Reizu, speaking of which, boss, why did you come here looking like Boss Valen again? Joe, idiot, this means that the boss wants to do bad things. When the boss wants to do bad things, he doesn't like to use his own identity. That the trio of living treasures were talking to each other, while Link listened with a dark look on his face. You can't speak, so you don't have to speak. Toru and Afu, who were on the side, were obviously very emotionally intelligent. When they saw Link's face turn dark, they quickly interrupted the trio's speech. It's okay, what they said was right. Link sighed. He had to admit that the living treasure trio was half right, because he really doesn't want his true identity to be exposed to his father and the others. Those righteous wizards are best at targeting people. Didn't you see how Daolong was targeted by his father in the later stage? No one else could have his super-enhanced ultimate dark killer be taken away by his father with a magic spell. What would happen if his true identity was discovered by his father? So you have to be careful. It seems the boss is angry. Oh, I'm sorry, boss, I didn't mean to say bad things. Okay, I understand, now it's better to take me to the underground temple you discovered. Link said somewhat speechlessly. He shouldn't expect to hear anything good from these three living treasures. After hearing Link's order, the living treasure trio immediately showed a flattering smile and led Link towards the underground temple. Not long after they entered the cave, Qianlong and Xiaoyu, led by the local Mexican Nil warriors, came to this silver mine cave. This should be the location of the rat talisman. Because the surroundings were too quiet, Qianlong deliberately lowered his voice in order not to be discovered by the Black Hand, according to Sheriff Blake's investigation of Wallen. Recently, he used the money from the Black Hand group to buy this silver mine. Come down, the last rat charm should be here. Black Hand. Nil warrior's expression was a bit complicated. In other words, I am very likely to meet the person who took off my mask last time. That after the Black Hand seized the talisman, the Ox warrior realized that his power was really false, and just as the man said, he had defiled the sacred wrestling ground in his heart. The collapse of his self-confidence and his disgust at self-sullying the wrestling ring made him depressed for a while. It wasn't until Qianlong and Xiaoyu came to him to encourage him that he cheered up. Nil warrior didn't really hate the man who made him realize who he was, but he also wanted to prove to that man that even if he lost the cow talisman, he, the cow warrior, was still the same cow warrior. So, Uncle Long, what is our plan? Xiaoyu asked curiously. Dad said that because the body of the rat talisman was destroyed by Lope, its divine power should have entered the body of the most noble rat in the world. The Black Hand is so powerful that we may not be able to deal with it. Therefore, we need to use the power of the rat spell to find some foreign aid for us. As Qianlong spoke, he opened the suitcase next to him. The suitcase was filled with Super Moose dolls. Uncle Long, you actually bought so many Super Moose. Seeing a whole box of Super Moose, Xiaoyu's eyes lit up like light bulbs. Super Moose is a world-renowned big IP, with its own comics, toys, and theme parks. Just a toy figure costs several hundred meters. Then a large box of Super Moose might cost tens of thousands of dollars. Uncle Long is so rich. Ahem, I didn't buy this, Chief Black helped purchase it. Qianlong said with some evasive eyes. As far as he knew, given Sheriff Black's habits, these Super Moose might have been borrowed from somewhere. Then when the action ends, I'm going to ask Sheriff Black to give me a Super Moose. It should be okay. Arrive. While Qianlong was chatting with Xiaoyu, Link took the spell tracker and led the trio of living treasures to the location of the underground temple. Wow, this is actually an underground palace made entirely of silver. Now Boss Valen will definitely not lose money if he buys this place. Maybe we can get some more salary increases. Looking at the shining silver palace around them, the three living treasures all had their eyes shining brightly. Such a large all-silver palace must be very valuable. True and Afu on the side didn't react much. They were trained by Valen as combatants and were well trained, and they were still on guard. There are some mechanisms in many underground palaces. And they want to ensure that Link's safety will not be threatened by these mechanisms. In their eyes, Link is a fragile mage who needs protection. So, where's the mouse? Link looked around, and his eyes quickly focused on a white mouse on the ceiling. Hiss, just like humans living in war-torn areas, they are more sensitive to danger than those living in peaceful areas. Animals are even more sensitive to danger. Before Link did anything, the white mouse responded. As the reflection of the rat spell flashed in its eyes, the color of the silver Quetzalcoatl suddenly became brighter. Its eyes stared at Link and others. I feel the power of darkness from you. It immediately mobilized its own magic power to condense the sun fire and aimed it at everyone, but before it could release the sun fire, a flash of lightning flashed in Link's eyes, and it was instantly knocked away. Leave the Quetzalcoatl to me, you guys hurry up and run away with the rats. After repelling a wave of attacks from the Quetzalcoatl, Link frowned. Originally, he wanted to avoid conflicts with the rats as much as possible, so when he first came in, he did nothing. But the white rat still sensed the danger and triggered the power of the rat spell. In this case, he didn't need to be polite to it. As the image of a chicken flashed in Link's eyes, he immediately grabbed the white mouse out of thin air and stuffed it into the pet box of the 3 lively people. Boss, I promised to complete the task. The 3 lively people also sensed the danger of Quetzalcoatl and ran away with the pet box containing the mouse. However, just as they ran out of the underground temple, they bumped into a group of people who were about to come in. The pet box in their hands also fell into the hands of the other party. Ah, Qianlong. Give us back the mouse spell. Looking at the familiar figure in front of them, Lei Su and others immediately drew out the electric sword and wanted to take back the mouse. Xiaoyu looked at the pet box in her hand with a smile on her face, and then threw it on Qianlong's suitcase. Beep, beep, action moose. Chapter 75 True. Do you have good welfare in District 13? You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Isn't it right? How long have you been separated from your status as a combatant? Why are your bodies now so weak? Or did that damn righteousness trick Xiaoyu and the others again? Seeing the Leisu trio colliding with Qianlong and actually losing the pet box in their hands, Link, who was still fighting Quetzalcoatl, was speechless. After all, the 3 of them are also elite figures who used to be gangsters, although Link subsequently withdrew them as combatants in order to better utilize their treasure-hunting talents. He did not expect that the physical fitness of the 3 of them could be so bad that they could fly away at a touch. Beep beep beep, moose action. Along with that, the white mouse with supernatural power landed on the suitcase that Qianlong was carrying. The box full of super moose suddenly came to life, and under the command of Xiaoyu, launched an attack on everyone in the Black Hand gang. In response, Link quickly summoned the shadow soldiers to fight these super moose toys. The combat power of both sides was basically balanced, and they were evenly matched for a while. Qianlong and Neo Warrior faced off against True and Ah Fu respectively. Hey, you took away my mask last time, try again this time. The Bull Warrior saw the familiar red hedgehog head and rushed towards Ah Fu without saying a word. Ah Fu unknowingly helped Link take the blame. But Ah Fu was not repelled by being able to compete with strong men. Seeing the Ox Warrior charging towards him, he was not surprised but overjoyed. Although I don't know what you are talking about. But since you have met me, Black Tiger Ah Fu, then prepare to die. Look at my overwhelming power. I saw him jumping into the air like a cannonball, and his strong body like steel slammed into the Bull Warrior, sending him flying several meters. Ox warriors are never afraid of any challenge. The Neo Warrior, who had been superflied, shook his dizzy head, but still couldn't concentrate, so he simply gave up thinking and rushed towards Ah Fu again. Perhaps he has realized that he is only one step away from the resurrection of the Holy Lord, and his righteous actions are becoming more and more obvious at this time. During the battle, Link could see a steady stream of righteous energy pouring into the bodies of Qianlong and Neo Warrior, strengthening them. At the beginning, the 2 of them would be suppressed by Toru and Ah Fu, but with the continuous influx of righteousness, it became easier for them to deal with True and Ah Fu. Hey, Toru. Actually, you don't have to work for the Black Hand. Our treatment in District 13 is also very good. We have donuts every Monday. Qianlong kept mumbling while dodging True's attacks. he could sense the kindness in Toru's nature and wanted to convince him to join them. Is the 13th district good? But I know that your 13th district will force others to help, and even force some people to hand over their own things. At least we gangsters know how to give money. True said sarcastically. Hearing True's words, Qianlong was speechless for a moment. Although Sheriff Black is a nice person, he is an agent of the beautiful country after all. Even when he originally invited himself to help, Chief Black's method was to use mist spray roughly. That's not to mention anyone else. Speaking of benefits, why don't you join our mafia group? Not only do we have 7 insurances and 2 funds, but we also have 2 weekends off every week. District 13 probably doesn't give you such good benefits, right? True, in turn, launched a campaign to persuade Qianlong to surrender. Ah! Is your mafia group that rich? Qianlong couldn't help but look shocked when he heard the benefits of the mafia group described by True. District 13 gave him a consultant position. The money he can receive is not fixed. Basically, he is given a bonus once for completing a task, and if True wants to join District 13 and become an agent, he will still need to undergo a period of internship training. Only after he has passed the training and is qualified to become an official agent will he be eligible to start receiving money. As for the amount of insurance, it is impossible to have as much as the 7 insurances paid by the mafia group. Now that I think about it, Toru seems to have no reason to join District 13. In fact, you can also do it for justice. As Qianlong talked, he couldn't speak anymore, asking him to give up the favorable conditions and join District 13. Isn't this the same as asking someone to jump into a pit of fire? Qianlong, how dare you speak of justice? If I remember correctly, this silver mine should belong to our Black Hand group. According to the law, everything in this silver mine belongs to our mafia group. You now want to steal the property of our mafia group. Believe it or not, our mafia group is suing you for robbery. While Qianlong and True were fighting and talking, Ah Fun, who was standing aside, suddenly spoke. Hearing these seemingly professional words coming from Ah Fun's mouth, Zhou and Leisu looked at him with shock in their eyes. Isn't it? Fun, is this what you usually say? How did you become like this? Facing the extremely surprised looks in his 2 companions' eyes, Ah Fun scratched his head in embarrassment. Didn't the boss want us to sign up for an economics class? When I went to that cram school, they were doing activities. Sign up for an economics class and get a law class. He said that it might be useful if I want to pursue a career in accounting or the like in the future. I thought this free class would be useless if I didn't learn it, so I just took it. Zhou, but Qianlong and his team should be considered as non-staff members of the 13th District agents, right? Do they also need to abide by the law? Leisu, but we are in Mexico now. Can the agents of the United States touch my Mexican property? The Leisu trio spoke one after another. The more Qianlong listened, the more he felt sweaty. I just wanted to borrow the mouse, not to own it. There was no need to treat him like this, right? No matter what you say, I will never let you get the mouse. Qianlong took a deep breath. He knew he was in the wrong, and he was ready to take the mouse back even if he had to go to jail. What he didn't know was that when he made such a realization, the righteousness that was originally flowing into Qianlong's body seemed to be cut off at this moment. When he himself did not think that what he did was completely just, the righteousness could not continue to help him. Hurry up and give me the talisman. Qianlong took the initiative to attack True, but True easily resisted and grabbed him directly. Don't worry. We are all law-abiding citizens. We won't use heavy hands on you. We just want you to have a good sleep. Afen put his hand on Qianlong's shoulder and took out an electric baton. Accompanied by the electric current of the electric baton flashing endlessly, Qianlong felt numb all over his body and fainted on the spot. Chapter 76 Link vs. Quetzalcoatl. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Uncle Long. Seeing Qianlong in a coma, Xiaoyu exclaimed and quickly ran over to check Uncle Long's injuries. Don't worry, little girl. Your Uncle Long is just unconscious. We don't want his life. Reizu looked at Xiaoyu, who looked nervous, and quickly comforted her. Before they took action, Link specifically warned them not to harm Qianlong and others, so as not to affect the subsequent actions of the other party to seal the Holy Lord. Yes, we gangsters are all good people. Zhou was smiling, but his eyes under his sunglasses looked at Xiaoyu full of vigilance. He heard from Wolong that Xiaoyu learned magic from his father, and that the other party's magic qualifications were very high. What if the other party suddenly attacks them because of Qianlong's injury? The mouse is in my hands now. If you don't want anything to happen to the mouse, you should send Uncle Long to the hospital quickly. Xiaoyu wiped the tears from the corners of her eyes and suddenly said coldly. The Leisu trio suddenly felt a cold breath from Xiaoyu's body. At this time, Link also noticed the changes in Xiaoyu. Unlike the Reiza trio, who were all mortal, Link could see that the surrounding black energy was continuously pouring into Xiaoyu's body, and the amount of black energy that was pouring even exceeded him. Isn't it? You were so proactive when you saw Xiaoyu showing signs of darkening. Is this how He Qiqin acts as a dog licker? I didn't even give up my face to get Xiaoyu to join the black camp. Seeing this scene, Link said helplessly to the Reizu trio, take Qianlong to the hospital quickly, don't worry about me. This Quetzalcoatl statue is not my opponent yet. In the original work, he had a deep understanding of the terrifying extent of Xiaoyu's blackening. It's better not to have this happen. Yes. After receiving Link's order and sensing Xiaoyu's terrifying aura, the Leisu trio immediately took the unconscious Qianlong and Xiaoyu on their private plane to a nearby hospital. Wait a minute. My princess, we must fly to the sun together, so that we can bring moisture to the earth and protect it from the power of darkness. When Quetzalcoatl saw Xiaoyu leaving with Leisu and others, he immediately waved his big wings and wanted to catch up. Unexpectedly, just as it took off, Link's laser eye struck and stopped it instantly. Quetzalcoatl, if you are blind, stop talking nonsense. If you really take Xiaoyu to the sun, I'm afraid you will suffer the revenge of the righteousness and blackness of the world immediately. Link said with a speechless expression, Xiaoyu is the son of destiny among the sons of destiny in this world, the savior, saint, and shadow queen who can let go of both righteousness and blackness at the same time. Even though he had read the original work, he didn't know exactly how many secrets were hidden in Xiaoyu. He suspected that even if Quetzalcoatl really took Xiaoyu to fly towards the sun, he would probably be the only one unlucky in the end. Devil from hell, you just want to prevent me and Goddess Maya from bringing a good harvest to the world. Facing Link's words, Quetzalcoatl looked fierce, and instantly condensed the fire of the sun and blasted towards Link, but the next moment, a shadow of a dragon flashed across Link's eyes. Dragon blast. Only a bang was heard, and Quetzalcoatl's flame was directly swallowed by Link's flame. Impossible. What kind of flame is this? Quetzalcoatl looked at the scene in front of him with disbelief. His own flames would be swallowed up by other flames. This was something he had never seen before. You must know that his flame is not an ordinary fire. As the god of sky, agriculture, and the sun, the flame he controls is the fire of the sun. How could a flame of this level be swallowed up by other flames? This fire should be regarded as the original demonic energy of fire. Link replied as the action continued, extreme speed. Julie. At the moment when Quetzalcoatl was stunned, the shadows of rabbits and cows flashed in his eyes, his body turned into an afterimage, and instantly appeared next to Quetzalcoatl, and then he punched hard. It's just an ordinary punch but it contains infinite power. Quetzalcoatl didn't even see the figure, and was instantly knocked away by Link, slamming into the wall of the all-silver hall. So fast, so powerful. What kind of move is this that can actually hurt me as a god? Quetzalcoatl was obviously confused. It doesn't know that it is actually a statue that can move because of the power of the rat charm, and it thinks that it is still a legendary god. That's why it looked so confused when it lost to Link's attack. Because you are just a statue. If you are willing to surrender now, I can take you to find the rat charm and change you back to your original form, but if you still resist, don't blame me for being harsh. Link looked at Quetzalcoatl and said calmly, judging from the current battle with Quetzalcoatl, his evaluation of himself still seems to be somewhat unobjective. Maybe he himself is stronger than he thought. It's like the dragon blast he releases can swallow up the sun fire of Quetzalcoatl, although his magical attainments are definitely not as good as Quetzalcoatl, Daolong and others. The magic he masters is the original magic of the Holy Lord, and his rank is high enough. Even if I can't fly to the sun with the goddess Maya and bring moisture to the world, I will never bow to you, a devil from hell. Invincible vine. Dragon Blast. Quetzalcoatl's hands emit golden light, a cage made of vines enveloped Link, but the next moment, this cage made of plants was destroyed by Link the moment it was formed. Not only that, Link also continued to use extreme speed magic to avoid Quetzalcoatl's solar fire, and at the same time used Dragon Explosion, hitting Quetzalcoatl accurately with every shot. Although Quetzalcoatl is strong, it cannot withstand Link's continuous consumption. Damn devil! Quetzalcoatl roared angrily. It had realized that if it continued to play with the opponent, death would be the only thing waiting for it, so it flew directly towards Link. As long as it got close to Link, it would still have a chance. Too slow. Laser eyes. Looking at Quetzalcoatl flying towards him quickly, Link's eyes instantly shot out a laser. Although the laser eye corresponding to the pig is not as powerful as the Dragon Blast, it is worse than the extremely fast casting speed. In the blink of an eye, the laser pierced Quetzalcoatl's chest. Without blood, am I really a statue? Quetzalcoatl looked at his empty chest and felt lost. It finally realized that the other party was right, and he was indeed a statue. By now. Link said softly. His next Dragon Blast completely destroyed Quetzalcoatl's statue body. Looking at the fragments of Quetzalcoatl's statue, Link was silent for a moment. Just then, his phone rang. He answered the phone, and Razor's voice came from the other end of the phone. Boss, Chenlong's health is fine. And Xiaoyu didn't cheat this time. She really gave us the mouse. Chapter 77, Remarks on the Launch. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. This book will be on the shelves tomorrow. First of all, thank you to all the big guys who voted, read, rewarded, and invested in this book. For your support, I am extremely grateful, and I kowtow to all of you. Bang bang bang. Secondly, thank my editor Good Luck for his support. Almost all messages are replied in seconds, and he also gave me a lot of suggestions as a newbie. Since I am just a weak and helpless newbie, I feel that my own strength is limited and I can't write all the plot worlds well. Therefore, the subsequent plot worlds will be set with volume names, and you can subscribe on demand according to the volume name. I don't ask for subsequent chapters to subscribe, I just hope you can support me with the first order. Finally, I wish you all good health, prosperity, and all your wishes come true. Chapter 78 Holy Lord, you born evil Link, you are not trustworthy. 15. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Xiaoyu just gave the mouse to you. In a hotel in Mexico, Link looked at the pet box in his hand with surprise. Based on his stereotype of Xiaoyu, she should be smart and take the mouse back, but why did she suddenly give up? Leisu, boss, don't look at me, I don't know. Afen, she not only gave us the mouse, but also a bag of pet food. Zhou, it is also possible that she realized that we had no ill intentions. I don't know, could it be that Dad knew that the resurrection of the Lord was inevitable, and letting him resurrect earlier could solve the trouble earlier? Link thought for a moment, but still couldn't figure it out. Since he couldn't figure it out, he simply didn't think about it. Anyway, now that the mouse was in hand, their goal had been achieved, so they just went home, early the next morning. Link held the mouse talisman in his hand and returned to the Black Hand building with the three lively people. With his current magical attainments, it was easy to extract the power of the rat spell from the rat. He didn't dare to keep this troublesome ability of turning stillness into movement on a rat. What if the rat resurrected some strange statue again? What should we do then? Wallen, clear out all the people in the Black Hand building first. I also need to talk to the Lord about how much benefit this last rat spell is worth. As soon as he returned to the Black Hand building, Link went straight to Valen and spoke slowly. This might be his last chance to blackmail the Lord. If nothing unexpected happens, with the Lord's character, he should turn his face and attack him the moment he is resurrected. In this case, it is better to clear out the people in the Black Hand building. Yeah. Wallen nodded. He also knew what Link was going to do next. So, he quickly called on his men to completely clear out the entire Black Hand building. After everyone was evacuated by Valen, Link slowly pushed open the door on the top floor of the Black Hand building. Master Saint, I brought you the last rat spell. Link took out the rat spell and shook it in front of the saint. Sure enough, the moment he saw the rat spell, the saint's light bulb-sized eyes flickered again. It's the last spell. I know you will succeed, my good disciple. Give it to me. That the saint looked at the rat spell in Link's hand and was so excited that he wanted to grow another pair of hands to snatch it away immediately. Wait, Master Saint. But just when the saint was extremely excited, Link took a step back. It was precisely because of this step that the saint suddenly had an ominous premonition in his heart. Link, you are not going to cheat me of something again, are you? Tell me, what do you want? That the saint frowned slightly. He knew Link's actions very well. It's nothing more than wanting to get more benefits from it. It's true that Link is born evil. He just calculated that he only needed this last and most important rat spell to revive, and he wanted to make a fortune. In the eyes of the Holy Lord, Link once again changed from a half-evil and half-meritorious person who helped him revive to a greedy little devil who only wanted profit. After a moment of silence, the Holy Lord forcibly suppressed his inner anger and asked, I don't have anything you need now. If you insist on wanting good things, then I can give you another one of my dragon teeth. That you should know that dragon teeth are one of the ways for the Holy Lord to revive. Paying a dragon tooth is already a huge price for the Holy Lord, which is equivalent to giving a small part of his life to Link. Dragon tooth. Master Holy Lord, since I know that dragon teeth are your means of resurrection, do you think I am someone who would care about your means of resurrection? Link said with a face full of grievance. Then what do you want? That the Holy Lord's expression stagnated, and he couldn't figure out what Link wanted. Could it be that there is something Link wants on him? There shouldn't be anything good in his memory. Master Saint, I heard that when the 8 immortal gods sealed your brothers and sisters, they also stripped away some of their magic. I want to know how to absorb the magic and be immune to magic affected by magic. Looking at the confused saint, Link got straight to the point. In the battle with Quetzalcoatl, he used the saint's trace of origin to cultivate the dragon blasting flame to devour the opponent's sun fire. At that moment, Link clearly realized how high the status and priority of the saint and other 8 demons' origin abilities were. Even if he only borrowed a little of the saint's dragon scales and dragon teeth to cultivate the flame, the intensity of the flame exceeded the extraordinary fire of Quetzalcoatl. In this way, the remaining magic of the 8 demons is very necessary to collect. Although the demonic energy will not gradually take over the consciousness of the ghost general living in the mask once it is used, like the ghost mask, it will also affect the personality of the absorber to a certain extent. What Link wanted to ask the Lord was whether there was any way to get rid of the interference of this demonic energy on himself. It turned out that Link's attention this time was not on himself, but on the demonic energy left by his brothers and sisters. The anger in the Lord's heart suddenly subsided a lot. As long as he was not targeting himself. What brothers and sisters, aren't they used to betray? Let me think about it. In fact, the Lord had also peeked at the abilities of his brothers and sisters, just like the magic of the chicken spell was created by it based on the original gravity magic of its elder brother Zhulan. It also had greed for the evil spirits hidden all over the world, and even created a variety of magic that could control evil spirits. But in the endless years, the Lord lost the spell for too long, resulting in his condition being better than those brothers and sisters who stayed in hell, but also very limited. Many memories were buried deep in the corners of his memory, and he had to spend a lot of energy to dig them out. Perhaps under the temptation of the rat spell, the Lord's stone head worked quickly. After a while, it thought of a magic that met Link's needs. Ahem, I do have some magic that can control the evil spirit and prevent it from interfering with the mind. After saying that, the Holy Lord's eyes flashed with lasers. In no time, he wrote down the magic that can control the evil spirit on the desk in front of him with lasers. Thank you, Master Holy Lord. After writing down the magic that can control the evil spirit on the desk, Link smiled slightly. Then we can talk about Dragon Fang next. Holy Lord. Chapter 79 The Revival of the Holy Lord, 25. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Link, what do you mean by this? Didn't we agree that we only need to give you a magic to control demonic energy? Hearing this, anger burst out from the Holy Master's eyes. Do you know that you are dishonest? Master Holy Lord, how could I not be trustworthy? Facing the Holy Lord's wrath, Link not only showed no fear, but instead looked aggrieved. The main reason is that the magic you gave me to control the demonic energy is too crude. Isn't this just an ordinary magic to seal the demonic energy? What I want is to be able to freely control demonic energy without having to worry about magic that affects my mind, not this seal-breaking magic. What is ordinary magic to seal demonic energy? Do you think it is so easy to seal demonic energy? That the Holy Master said with excitement. You are a human being, not an inherently evil demon. The influence of demonic energy on human beings is not that easy to eliminate. This is the only magic I have that allows you, a human, to control demonic energy. The Holy Lord is one of the 8 demons, and he has a certain resistance to the erosion of demonic energy. Naturally, he has not researched too many ways to control demonic energy. The sealing magic it gave Link was just something it casually studied when it was studying the magic left behind by the immortal gods, but that doesn't mean the magic is inferior. This sealing magic is equivalent to a switch that can turn on the magic energy at any time. If Link needs to use the power of the demonic energy, he can instantly remove the seal on the demonic energy. If the power of the demonic energy is not needed, the demonic energy can be sealed instantly. This kind of instantaneous sealing magic is quite advanced even among the magic mastered by the Holy Lord, but Link actually has the nerve to dislike it. It's too ordinary anyway. I want a dragon's tooth. Link acted like a rogue, obviously blackmailing the Holy Master. After all, this is very likely to be his last time to blackmail the Holy Lord. If he doesn't extract more money, wouldn't it be a loss? The Holy Master wanted to get angry, but the desire for resurrection finally forced it to calm down. You can want dragon teeth, but you must sign a contract with me before I am willing to give them to you. After what happened just now, in the mind of the Holy Lord, Link's credibility has now hit rock bottom. This untrustworthy evil brat has no honesty or responsibility at all. Only by signing a contract can he rest assured. Okay, but you have to give me a good dragon's tooth, not that kind of decayed tooth. Link nodded. In fact, he was also afraid that the Holy Lord would be dishonest. Dragons don't have cavities. The Holy Lord snorted coldly and did not continue to argue with Link. Then it condensed its own mana and threw a contract in front of Link. Link opened the contract and examined it carefully. Perhaps he was worried that Link would find something wrong with the contract and choose to terminate the deal. This time the Holy Lord didn't play any tricks. The content of the contract is very simple. The Holy Lord uses dragon teeth and the corresponding rat charm magic in exchange for the rat charm in his hand. There is no loophole to exploit. Make a deal. After confirming that there were no problems, Link signed his name on the contract. The next moment, the 2 contract chains were integrated into the bodies of Link and the Holy Master respectively. Seeing this scene, the Holy Lord snorted coldly, and then summoned the shadow soldiers in displeasure. What he held in his hands was a magic scroll and dragon teeth. Seeing the magic scroll and dragon teeth, Link showed a bright smile. Don't worry, Holy Lord, as we all know, I, Link, am the most trustworthy. After that, Link first handed over the magic scroll and dragon teeth to the shadow soldiers controlled by him to take them away. After doing all this, he slowly inserted the rat talisman into the only vacant groove on the Holy Lord's body. Boom. As rays of light flashed from the Holy Lord, its originally stiff stone body became soft and full of vitality. Even the body shape has changed with the integration of the talisman. What started out as a stone statue of a hovering dragon transformed into a muscular demon with a dragon head and a human form. Compared to the huge figure of the Holy Lord, what makes Link more concerned about the big pants on the Holy Lord is whether it is made by magic, or does it come with it. My Holy Lord is finally resurrected. The Holy Lord let out a cheerful roar, and the sky across the world seemed to dim. Flames gathered around it, looking extremely majestic. Master, Holy Master, congratulations on your resurrection. Feeling the strong sense of oppression emanating from the Holy Lord, Link pretended to be honest and obedient and said, Master, Holy Lord, what you said before about letting us rule Asia together again is still true, right? Keep your word. The Holy Lord's scarlet eyes stared intently at Link. You brat, you dare to deceive and blackmail the great devil, I will make you pay the price. From now on you will be my slave. Work for me 24 hours a day from now on. The Holy Lord smiled ferociously, raised his hand and grabbed Link's figure. With the complete power of the rabbit talisman, its speed was unimaginably fast, and even Link had no time to react. However, the next second, when the Holy Master's claws touched Link's body, only a bang was heard. Link's body turned into a ball of white mist and disappeared. The Link who had been talking to the Holy Lord before was not Link at all. What kind of magic is this? I don't remember that there is such a magic in my magic encyclopedia. Damn Link, you don't even dare to show your true body in front of me, that the Lord roared to the sky with disbelief. It never thought that Link actually had this trick. This kind of high-level magic with special uses, even it has never mastered it. What surprised the Lord even more was that Link seemed to have already realized that he might attack him, otherwise, he would not have sent a fake body to contact him. Link, this kid, it seems that I still underestimated him. Could it be that he also knows my character and doesn't keep his promises? Knowing that I will definitely attack him after I am resurrected, he sent a fake body here, that the Lord snorted coldly. Although it was unhappy with Link's performance, it did have to sigh that Link's style of doing things was indeed somewhat similar to its own. However, even if Link can hide for a while, he can't hide forever. It wants to turn the whole world into its kingdom. By then, it would like to see if Link, the little devil, can still hide. I will go and free my evil dragon now, Link, just wait for me. Thinking of this, the Holy Lord sprayed flames directly at the wall, blasting out a huge hole, and then flew towards his palace. At the same time when the Holy Lord was resurrected, the old man in the antique shop saw the black air between heaven and earth surging wildly, and his face was full of solemnity. Oh, the Holy Lord is resurrected.